that got hit with the forklift at Excel, and he sued and fought for 2 years, and she got a lawyer, and they fought for 6 years.
You know what's funny, dog? Sometimes when I'm at work,
you want to get hurt, huh?
Sometimes you just like, man, I kind of want like a fan to fall on me or something.
No, man, I mean,
my neck and my back. Oh, I want 150,000. But we can set out of court right now for $20.
Man, what if the motherfucker falls on you? Push it.
As soon as I get out of here,
I be telling him, I hope they fire me.
On my way out, I'm looking at the boss. You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
I tell him, if they fire me, I'm assuming for discrimination against the elderly, discrimination against the handicapped, and discrimination against the mental. Count services.
Can't be good.
I don't answer it.
And then lately they've been calling me, and sometimes I do answer if the number looks like maybe I do, and I pick it up, and they're like, "Can I speak to Javier?"
Yeah.
Beep. Nope. Nope. Sure can't. What's going on? What's going on? Late night family. We're back in the building. Coming to bring you another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations with Uncle Nephew. I am your host for tonight's episode, King J, also known as Nephew. And to the left is my co-host,
JR, Big Unc.
What's up, Big Unc?
The same old.
What's going down, man?
Hey, weather.
It's
heat.
changing, ain't it?
Yeah, dude. Like in the morning, it's not cool enough for a sweater or a pullover,
But it's fresh.
But it's nice.
Dog.
It's nice.
I've been waiting.
You go in earlier. You go in at 4:30 or whatever.
Y'all go in the middle of the night.
I get up at 5, but I leave the house around 6:15, 6:30. It's nice and cool, man.
Yeah, it feels good,
man. With
dog.
the windows down.
We're getting to the fall season, dog, and I love it. That's my favorite.
I'm not a pumpkin spice drinker, nothing
like
that.
No, but I drink some pumpkin spice, dog.
People are already, drinking it, and see the.
I love it.
The two ladies that I watch the news in the morning, they talk about pumpkin spice and stuff like that. I'm just a regular coffee drinker, dog. I do like a little flavored creamer, but I'm not a pumpkin spice. I'm more of a French vanilla man. You know what I'm saying?
It's getting to right around this fall season, and we're getting closer to the holidays.
Getting closer to Halloween, man.
Yeah, we're getting close to Halloween, dog. And we're getting close to the holidays, which today's story, Unc, is based around Christmas time.
Okay.
So this is going to be a good episode tonight for you.
So we're having a pre-Christmas
story.
episode. Okay.
Yes. Right. And I was going to wait to cover this story.
Right.
But, man, I just got too excited, so I want to cover it now. I can't wait.
Let's work it.
But, man, before we jump into today's episode, y'all,
let them know.
We just want to say thank y'all so much for tuning in. If this is y'all's first time joining us on the Late Night Conversations with Uncle Nephew podcast, we just want to say welcome to the Late Night family. We hope you enjoy your time that you spend with us this evening. We hope you enjoy the content. Me and Unc try our hardest to make this content super exciting. We bring a new story week to week, whether it be true crime, creepypasta stories, which are short horror stories. We do paranormal stories, aliens, ghosts, conspiracy theories, anything dark and mysterious. That's kind of our little lane.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is y'all's first time, man. We hope you enjoy our content. And if you do enjoy it, man, hit that follow button for us, man. We really, really appreciate it. And just follow me and Unc on our platform. And that's wherever you're watching your platform at, whether it be Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast from. Just hit that follow button, man. We'd very, very much appreciate it, and we can't tell you enough how much we really, from the bottom of our hearts, we enjoy doing this for y'all.
Exactly.
But on YouTube especially, for y'all our YouTube gang out there, man, if y'all are YouTube members and y'all enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button for us, man, and punch that bell in the face so you get notified every time we drop a video. And we drop every Friday at 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
So y'all strap in for today's story, man. We got a dope story. It's a true crime episode tonight. So, yeah, without further ado, y'all strap in and let's jump into today's story.
Come on, nephew.
So today's story is so good. And it's something that it comes from a city where I've heard before. It's from Dayton, Ohio, 1992. And this is a big story.
What was I doing in 92? I was already golfing.
Yeah, I wasn't even alive yet. So what were you doing in 1992?
I was golfing. I was working in a slaughterhouse and golfing.
And golfing.
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what these people were doing in 1992, dog. So check this out, huh? Dayton, Ohio, and it's Christmas 1992. While most families were gathering around the tree, unwrapping gifts, sharing meals, there was a small group of young people who turned the holiday into a living nightmare for the people in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
For 3 days, they roamed the city, hunting, robbing, and killing with chilling indifference. They had no remorse.
No remorse. So were they what is that called? Just running into houses and just doing that, or just robbing in general?
No,
just
check it out. So by the time it was over, 5 people were dead, and a detective's holiday was shattered as he raced against time to stop this killing spree.
wow.
This is the story of the Dayton Christmas murders. So it began it was Christmas Eve, and there was a woman. She was 19 years old. Her name was Danita Gillette. And she was working at a local Rally's that Christmas Eve.
It's like a sporting.
Yeah.
Not sport. It's
like a local restaurant they have there. It's a chain. It's a chain, but yeah, it's a restaurant they have there. Rallies.
Right.
I want to say it's a chicken spot. I think.
Okay.
But yeah, so she was working at a Rallies that Christmas Eve, and she was getting out very late. So her family was a real tight knit family, and they were waiting for her to get home for Christmas Eve. So she was working real late. So she gets out real late, and she was gonna have to walk home. Super cold that night, dog.
That's crazy.
Which
man.
I'd said that too. I was like, if they were so tight knit, why is she walking home?
Why didn't somebody go pick her up? Right.
That's what I said.
And late, we're talking about 10, 11, 12, midnight. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably like midnight, dog. It's late. So Danita, she was 18 years old, and she was a senior in high school, and she also had a 2-year-old little girl.
Okay.
So she was a little
teenage
bit more
mom,
advanced.
yeah.
Yeah, she was a teenage mom, and so she was working late. You know what I mean? And so her family was at home having a get together. So she gets off and she goes to a payphone to make a phone call to her home.
Yeah.
To let them know, hey, I'm getting out late, but I'm on my way home. So she goes, she dials the number. On the other end, her sister answers the phone from the house.
Right.
And as soon as she answers the phone, she's like, hello, and there's nothing on the other end.
Oh, okay.
It's just quiet. And so she's like, hello. There's nothing there.
And
nothing
of course,
there.
there wasn't no caller ID or nothing like that.
So it's just quiet. And so she hangs up. And they're like, well, that's weird. Like, nobody answered or whatever. So, well, Danita never comes home, huh?
Okay.
Right. So Detective Doyle Burke was spending time with his family, having dinner. And the thing about being a detective, Unc, is that even on holidays...
Yeah, you're on call.
You're on call. And sometimes, your spouse has to know, hey, at any given moment, I could have to leave.
Yeah, get a phone call and I got to go.
And so they're spending Christmas Eve together or whatever. And he gets a phone call. And, not a phone call. His pager starts going off.
Right.
So he looks at his pager. It says, please, report. We've just had a shooting outside of a payphone. So he's like, okay. So he gets up, he goes, and yeah, man, when they get there, man, they find Danita. She's been shot. And it looks like the way her wounds are, she has defensive wounds. It's like she put her hands up.
Oh, so she saw it coming, yeah.
Yeah, she's dead. And she has no jacket. All her pockets are pulled out, and she has no shoes on.
So
not only was she killed, yes, it was a robbery and a murder. So the weird thing about all this is Detective Burke noticed, there was aluminum shell casings on the ground. And apparently these shell casings he knew were a specific round that were like for target practice. They weren't normally used for lethal use.
Aluminum is not used for bullets.
Right. So he noticed they were the shell casings were for target practice.
Right.
But of course, if up close, you can kill somebody with them. Of course. You know what I mean?
Any projectile that goes through your head is going to kill you.
Exactly. So he starts noticing that, and keep that in mind because that's going to carry through this investigation. So, of course, later that night, he has to make the visit to the home
to
let them know that she had been murdered outside of a payphone.
Wow.
So when she called and there was nothing on the other lines,
that's what Danita had already been. It happened right as she made the phone call.
As soon as she pressed dial, she had been shot and they robbed her. So maybe that phone was just hanging, and that's why she didn't hear nothing. The sister.
Right. It was just ringing.
Yeah, and so it was so sad, man. So sad.
And that was the first.
Yes. So no. We're going to find out that there was a murder before that. That was just the first that had been called in.
Okay.
So check this out, huh? Detective Doyle Burke would later say that, there was a murder that happened before. And they ended up finding this on a little bit later. That was the blueprint or a test run, in his own words, for this group to see how easy it was to kill, and it made them want more.
It was still Christmas Eve day when this happened.
Yes.
Before what was her name again?
Danita.
Yes. I was gonna say Shalita.
Yes. Danita. Yeah, because this happened Christmas Eve. So check this out, huh? I'm gonna take you back to the first murder so you can understand how this all started kicking off. So all this began with a man named Joseph Wilkerson. So there was a man named Joseph. He was 34 years old. He was a factory worker at General Motors. He lived alone in a modest house on Prescott Avenue. Friends described him as quiet, hardworking, and lonely at times. The kind of man who'd give you a hand if you needed it, but who kept mostly to himself.
Right.
So on Christmas Eve, Joseph thought he was inviting some friends over for company, maybe even romance. Because check this out. Watch. Let me just finish this, and I'm going to tell you why.
All right.
When he opened the door, he let in 4 predators, a 19-year-old named Marvellis Keene, his girlfriend Heather Matthews, 20, and 2 teenagers, Laura Taylor and DeMarcus Smith, 16 and 17.
Wow.
They called themselves the Downtown Posse. They had their own little clique,
right?
The Downtown Posse. What started off as small talk ended up turning violent. See, the reason why they were even there is because the girls had contacted Joseph Wilkerson. And the reason why they were contacting him is because one day they were all together, of course, they were a clique. And they said in their own words was, man, we need money. And they were always bumming for money, like at a local convenience store. Like they were always, like breaking into people's stuff, trying to get money.
So they weren't, I don't want to say good people. They were
just adolescents who were just acting up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they ended up getting to where they're like, man, we need some money. And they're like, they wanted to rob somebody. And so one of the girls was like, well, I know this guy, Joseph.
Right.
Maybe if I tell him, hey, me and my friend want to have a threesome with you. Oh, and so they called him.
How it starts.
And they told him, man, we want to have a threesome. And of course, he's like, hell yeah. So they all come in. Exactly, dog. And so, dude, they come in and the boys hide in the living room. They go in, start getting undressed, acting like they're going to do whatever they're going to do. And eventually, the guys bust in with their guns drawn. He tells the girls to tie up Joseph to his bed, hands and feet. They bound him to his bed, and then at some point, he starts begging for his life. He's like, "Please don't." He's like, "Take whatever y'all want in the house. Take whatever. It doesn't matter. Please don't kill me." And he told him that, "Man, do you like guns?" He's like, "'Cause I got a real nice, it was a nice gun." And he's like, "Yeah." So he went and got it. So he got the gun, and he had the 20. It was like a 25 caliber.
Okay.
The one with the aluminum casings.
Okay.
So while he's there begging him, he gets the pillow, puts the pillow on his chest.
Okay.
Fires a shot off in his chest.
Oh man.
So he's there, agony,
in pain.
making a weird noise. They said, making like a gurgling noise.
Well, man, especially where it went in, right?
And so, I guess one of the girls that was with them saw and was like, "Man, can I try that?" Like, I guess she got excited by it. So they put the pillow over his face, man, and they shot him in the face and killed him. And so that's where it started. And from there, they ran out, and they were like, well, they really didn't get nothing of value. So what they ended up doing, is with his body in the room, they left him there. And they took his house, and for the next 2 days, used it as their little base of operation, little hangout spot.
Nobody was going over to check
on him. Nobody. He didn't really know anybody.
Right.
And they stole his car. They were using his car to go around town and mess with more people. Right. So I mean, it's just weird, dog. He's laying in there dead. Like,
so they were basically a group of Bonnie and Clydes.
Exactly, dog. Just terrorizing people. And so, all right, so right after they leave from there, they come across Danita. Like I said, she was 18, a mother of a 2-year-old. And, she was working at rallies that night. And that's what I'm saying. She tried to make a call, and they robbed her, man. They surrounded her. And when they shot her and killed her, bro, they took her coat, her shoes, her jewelry, rings, and, just left her there in the cold, man. And so Dayton awoke to Christmas morning, families opening gifts, the air filled with the smell of roasted ham, pine needles, but for the downtown posse, it was just another day to kill.
Right.
That afternoon, they entered at a convenience store where Sarah Abraham was working behind the counter. She was the kind of clerk who knew customers by name, who sometimes let people run a tab if they were short on cash.
Right.
She was just she was a really good person, man.
Good customer service.
The group demanded money from her at gunpoint. Sarah gave it to them, but it didn't matter, man. They took the gun and put it right in her face and shot her right in her face.
So these people were ruthless.
Ruthless, and they shot her at close range. And then the second clerk that was there was also shot, but he survived.
Okay.
Sarah lingered in the hospital for 2 days. Her family gathered around her bed praying for a miracle, but on December 27th, she died.
She passed.
And it's crazy, man, because later that day, they turned on someone they knew. That same day, Marvin Washington, who was just 19 years old, was an acquaintance of the group. Marvin had a promising future ahead of him. He was athletic, popular, and loved by his friends in the neighborhood, but to the posse, he was just another target.
Right.
They shot him and left him dead on the ground, stripping his body of his sneakers and jacket as if his life was worth no more than clothing.
Right.
And, bro, at this point, they already killed several people.
Yeah, that's already like 4 or 5 people that they've shot.
And, dog, they really haven't got any money like they were planning.
So they're just killing people for no reason now.
Now it's going from, like, they're needing money, but now they're starting to kill because they're enjoying it.
They enjoy it, yeah.
So they shot him, left him dead, all that. And then another victim, Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey was 30, a father of 3. He was shot multiple times in the legs, but by sheer determination, he survived. Bleeding and in agony, Jeffrey crawled and staggered for help. He would later tell Detective Burke the names of the attackers, and the testimony broke the case open.
So he knew them. That's the one you were saying that they attacked that they knew?
Yes. No, that was the one before.
Marvin was the one they
but
knew.
I guess this guy knew who they were, too. I guess gave him a good description.
Right.
See, Detective Burke was a veteran officer, and like many in Dayton, that night he was spending Christmas with his family when the first call came in.
Right.
A dead man here, a woman murdered at a payphone, a clerk fighting for her life. Burke and his team worked around the clock, and the killings seemed random, but the brutality pointed to the same hands, and at every single murder scene, that he pulled up to
was the same shell cases,
aluminum casings. He kept finding them at the same spot.
So he knew automatically it was the same
people. It had to be the same person, people, and on top of that. It's because, as you know, when there's people who are dying in succession, they're trying to figure out if they're known acquaintances with each other.
They're trying to figure out, why this random order.
Exactly.
What do they all have in common?
Exactly. Yeah. But as they're digging, there's nothing in common.
They're just people that
they're just random people. It's looking like. What shocked Burke the most wasn't just their ages, because they were kids, really.
Right.
But their lack of remorse, man. In interviews, some laughed, some bragged, as if the murders were nothing than a twisted game. Yeah, So it's young, because later that night, this is how they got caught.
Kind
of
like
insane.
What was that killer? The dating game killer Ramirez.
Oh yeah,
where he was laughing and smirking and stuff.
Dog, that's how some of them were, bro. They enjoyed it, and I'll tell you what, how they got caught was insane, dog. So during all these killings that they were doing
for 2 days, or how many?
Yeah, it was 2 days. Yeah, it was 2 days.
Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day.
During these killings, they ended up being at a gas station.
Okay.
And they robbed a woman for her car. They shot at her, but they missed, and she was able to get away. Now, they took her car. She had a black Dodge Shadow. Black Dodge Shadow.
Okay.
And they took her car, and they stole it from her. And so this is how they got caught, I guess when they try to ID the car, look out for a black Dodge Shadow, this and that with the license plates of this number.
Right.
Well, there was a detective, man, and I didn't write his name down. I want to say it was Detective John, something, man. I don't want to say it and be wrong.
Right.
One of the detectives that was on duty around the area where Joseph Wilkinson's house is at, seen that same Dodge Shadow parked outside of a house.
Okay.
And so
at Wilkinson's house.
Yeah, and so he staked it, and he waited all night to see if there was any motion in and out. Well, the first thing, right before he staked it, he went and checked the plates. Turns out, the plates on that Dodge Shadow were not the ones that were supposed to be on there.
Right, they were switched.
The plates on there were to the plates of Joseph's car.
Joseph's car were the ones he had in
so
the original.
they were swapping the plates, and that same car was in front. So they were both parked behind each other.
So the plates were still there.
Yes. And so later that night, after staking it out for so long, 3 of them came out and got in the car and went to drive off. So he started following them.
Right.
Well, after a while, when they found out that he was following them, one of them jumped out and took off running.
Oh, so they saw him. They caught on.
The other 2 kept going until they finally got caught, right? And check this out, when they got caught, he came out the car and pulled his pistol out and was like, "Get out of the car, get on the ground."
Oh, the cop did, yeah.
So they got out of the car, and when they got out of the car, the girl that was with him started screaming at, I believe it was Marvellis, and he was telling them, "Shoot him, just shoot the cop already," but he didn't. They both got down and they got arrested, and they ended up catching the dude that was running.
Right, which was
that one was. Yeah.
I forgot the name you told me, but
I want to say it was the other DeMarcus Smith is the one.
Yeah, DeMarcus.
Yeah. So check this out, They all got caught.
So where was Lauren Smith at?
Yes, Laura Taylor.
Yeah.
I think she was the one that stayed in the house and stayed back.
Okay, so only 3 took off. Okay.
Yes, exactly, And so that's what I'm saying. It's just insane, Like these 4 kids, bro, like literally went on a murdering spree. At first, it was about money.
I want to say I remember the story. From the news, not so much
like back in the 90s.
Yeah, maybe from like in the news, hey, this is what happened, but it's been so long, it's been
almost 40 years.
I graduated high school in 85. This was 7 years, so 33 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 33 years ago.
Yeah, because I was born in 96.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be 30 this year.
Yep.
And so damn, dog.
It's crazy.
So the trials gripped Dayton in 1993, when they all went to trial.
Oh, it took that long. By the time
they got all the
paperwork and
everything filed,
evidence and
all the,
they want to make sure that they had everything they needed in order to.
With Marvellis, they were seeking the death penalty.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because he was the leader of the group.
Yeah. He was the 19-year-old.
Yeah. So he was the one that they were seeking death penalty. Right. And they wanted to, dog.
And that's crazy because I don't remember Ohio having a death penalty, but I'm sure they do. I mean, there's certain states that don't have the death penalty. Yeah. Texas does. We know that.
For sure. So the trials gripped Dayton in 1993. Laura Taylor, 16, was sentenced to life in prison. Dang. DeMarcus, 17, DeMarcus Smith, he was sentenced, he received decades behind bars. Heather Matthews was sentenced to 75 years to life. And, of course, DeMarcus was given the death penalty.
Okay.
They did give it to him. And he was executed in 2006 by lethal injection.
Wow.
He ended up being executed for it. Detective Burke later reflected that it wasn't just the violence that had stunned them, it was just the coldness of this.
Right.
He said they didn't care about Christmas, about life, or anything. They just wanted to see people die. For the families of the victims, Christmas became a reminder not of joy, but of loss.
Right.
Empty chairs at dinner tables, gifts that would never be opened, memories replaced by grief.
Exactly.
The Dayton Christmas murders stand out not just for their cruelty, but for their timing. See, a season meant for giving and togetherness was twisted into a spectacle of bloodshed.
That's insane.
The victims, Joseph, Danita, Sarah, Marvin, and Jeffrey, weren't rich, powerful, or famous. They just were ordinary people living ordinary lives. And maybe that's what makes this story so haunting, because it reminds us that evil doesn't always come from the shadows. Sometimes it walks beside us in the form of young faces, familiar voices, and people who smile while planning your death.
Ain't that insane, nephew?
That's wild. Right?
I'm going to go back to Ashley Flowers. You never really know somebody.
Exactly, dog.
You never really know somebody because, you and I are, we're close knit family, dog.
Yeah.
We know each other. I know you're not going to go on a killing spree. I'm not going on a killing spree, but you never know, man.
But you don't know, bro.
What breaking point?
Exactly.
I'm not saying they had a reason to go on this spree.
Yeah.
But sometimes, man, influence from your peers, dog.
It could be peers.
I know that teenagers are more easily influenced.
Yeah.
Than young. I don't want to say they were considered young adults because they were still teenagers.
Yeah, exactly.
Young adults, you're looking at 24, 25, 26. You know, your age, you know.
Yeah. And they say scientifically,
frontal lobe, in the frontal lobe area, right?
That's responsible for decision making and stuff like that doesn't develop fully until you're 25 years old.
Your decision
which is no
on
excuse.
Your own, because you should still know right from wrong.
That's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of scientists kind of debunk that because they're like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You know right from wrong, even when you're younger.
But then again, a 7-year-old knows right from wrong on certain things.
Yeah.
And then a 7-year-old is more easily influenced by an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's different. I understand that.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
But I mean, a teenager. I mean, we did some stupid shit. You know, growing up. You know, because why? Do. Because the people we were hanging out with,
the peers influence, dog.
You know, we didn't kill nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't hurt nobody, but we did some stupid stuff, you know.
And
I'm not going to throw it out there what we've done because I'm not going to fucking
incriminate yourself.
Yeah, there might be some stuff still, you know. Detective might still be looking. I remember 1983. Yeah.
He said, we've been looking for you, dog.
You know.
No, real talk. It's the same. It is true though. A lot of it could be peer. Influence. Sometimes, like you said earlier, these people were in a part of Dayton where because I was hearing this lady talk about Dayton in the 90s, and apparently there was a river that ran through Dayton, and it was almost like the tracks.
Right.
One side was a wealthy part of Dayton, and one side was poverty.
Poverty does have a lot to do with influence.
Yeah, because think about it. They started off doing this because they wanted to get money. But then they in the process, they got a taste of killing.
Of murder, hey, you know what? This kind of felt good, I guess.
Dog. And it just caught on from there. And it's wild, Unc, because after so many years, Unc,
right.
You know, that's why we dive into true crime, because this is something that's going to forever exist.
Of course.
Like, outside a topic from this, because I don't want to, this is a good story, but there's something I want to bring up because in the same way that these kids were young and this murder and thing that's happened, Unc, have you been seeing about that singer, dog? That's been in the TikTok news lately?
Singer.
David. Have you been hearing about that?
I heard some stuff about him, but I'm not.
Dog. He's a famous singer. He was on tour right now. They found a body of a 15-year-old girl in the trunk of his Tesla in an impound.
Oh, I remember reading that. But they're not blaming him, though.
Shit.
Are they?
Shit.
See, look, nephew, and that's interesting, too, because I did read that part. But, like, I watch a lot of crime shows and stuff, and you're like serial killers, you know, through years, right? And I understand a serial killer and somebody, influencer, killer, or whatever, like these people, way different.
Yeah.
You know, serial killer, you know, is his thought process is crazy because he's like, you know, October 31st, I'm going to kill somebody. And then he waits another year or 2 years or whatever before he gets that taste. But these kids got the taste and they
were like riding the high.
Yeah. You know, like they were, like you said, high. Like they were on a drug.
Dog, they literally, like a euphoria, some type of adrenaline rush, dog. You know what I mean?
That's the word an adrenaline that is so high that it's got them
hooked. They want
got them blind to what they're doing.
It makes them want more, dog. And it's crazy. They went on a killing spree, Unc. Like, they killed several people.
That's what I'm saying,
in a span of 2 days.
In 2 days, yeah.
Like, dog, that's insane.
You don't hear that very often. That's what I'm saying. I remember hearing about this story because you don't hear that of somebody killing that many people.
Yes. And Dayton, Ohio, till that time,
had
never really experienced anything like that before. You know what I mean? They're relatively a nice town, quiet. And then, like he said, like Burke said, Detective Burke, it was just the timing.
Right.
Around the holidays, dog, like when everybody's spending time with family.
Yeah, you don't hear about that, man.
Yeah, dog. And so, I mean, it's sad. It's a sad story. Well, who I really feel, of course, I feel for all the victims.
Of course.
But, dog, that girl, Danita, man, she was an 18-year-old.
Yeah,
she was just working, dog, and fixing to head home to see her family, dog. Yeah. And
she was just out and about.
And it wasn't like they didn't target her. It was just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, and you hear that, but you were just in the wrong place. People say that, but I don't see it. You were in the wrong place. You were in the place where you were going to,
and just so happened they were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You and I just think,
hey, that's good, dog. Yeah, they were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Because she was on her way home. It's not like if she said, "Well, let me see, should I use that telephone, or should I go to the next block?"
The next one? Yeah,
No, she knows the area and didn't expect it.
And they knew that they were robbing them too, because like I said, when they found her, she didn't have her coat,
no shoes,
and they were like, dude, it was like 19 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So they're like, there's no way she was walking barefoot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or without a jacket. I mean, you might find some people without a jacket because they're that poor or whatever, but it's not.
Yeah,
reasonable that they do
but
that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sad story, dog, and it was interesting to me. That's why I wanted to bring it out to you, because I was like, man,
I said, because you don't hear about
hear about stuff like this, especially around the holidays.
Yeah, people are that's the least they expect. You hear a lot of like, man,
maybe somebody
I don't have enough. I don't have for my kids. I don't have for this. Please help or whatever.
Or maybe you hear an accident, like a drunk accident on a holiday.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer, what I'm saying? Something like that.
For real, dog. But not a murder spree.
Yeah, not a murder spree.
In a quiet town, you know what I mean?
Or any town. It doesn't matter if it's Dallas, Houston, Washington, D.C., it doesn't matter. Seattle, Washington, doesn't matter where it's at. That is the most cruel time to do it, I guess, during the holiday.
Because now that family,
it's Christmas, whether it's
whatever holiday, it doesn't even matter, bro. Just the fact that it was on a holiday.
4th of July, people are celebrating.
Because now, for the rest of their life, they have something that they don't want to look forward to on the holiday. They're like, well, this is the year that my daughter died.
Yeah.
Every year.
We love October, we love, Halloween. But
that's when, the
25th, my daughter passed away.
It was right by Halloween.
And it's not.
My grandmother passed away on Halloween.
And
now my dad hates Halloween.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's just a reminder.
You can see the stuff that we have on our walls and stuff, man.
We love Halloween, dog.
We love, last year's, performance that we had was awesome. It's just. It was the timing, dude. You're right.
Yeah, it was just the timing. I mean, of course, it wouldn't make it better if it was like in the middle of August. But either way, it makes it that much more sorry that it happened on a holiday.
For a killing spree like that.
Exactly, dog.
Because they knew it wasn't going to last. First of all, their high wasn't going to last. They were going to get tired of it. Or at least I think the females would have got tired of it. I'm not saying men are any different, but I don't know if I kill somebody that I would want to kill again.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of high I would get or what kind of feeling I would get. If I did it on accident, of course, that'd be the most painful. But if I did it on purpose for somebody hurts my family and then I gotta retaliate, that's different.
Yeah, exactly.
But just to say, just because I don't have money in my pocket,
that I'm gonna go kill
somebody for their money. Yeah.
Exactly, dog. And then you know what's crazy, Unc? Something I forgot to mention in the story. Of course, the description from that guy that they shot and survived helped them blow the case open.
Right.
The reason why they got caught for sure, outside of the detective finding the car and stuff, was because one person that knew all 4 of them called the police on them.
Well, the guy you said that knew him.
No. Well, this was
another one.
No, this was somebody else.
Okay.
Now, it's because they threw a party, dog, at Joseph's house one night. And they had a big party, and they were talking about the murder they had just committed. Yeah. And 2 people overheard
some their people. And
the one they killed, the one they killed, that had known about the killing, that's why they killed him.
Right.
Well, the other person that was with them overheard them. And so he was scared for his life.
Of course.
Because he was like, I think I'm the next target. So he called the cops and said, I know the killers. Yeah. And he gave them the names.
I mean, can you imagine being at a party or somewhere and you see these people that are huddled together and you hear them overtalk, you overhear them talking about stuff that they've done. And they look at you like, oh, you heard that?
Like, oh, you heard that? No, I didn't. Shit, I didn't hear nothing.
Now you know that, you're probably the next target, man, when something like that happens. I mean.
But doesn't that show a crazy part of whenever you become a killer? That's like you would do anything Like
to keep from getting caught,
or like, you know what I mean, to silence somebody.
Of course,
like that's crazy, dog. I mean, like that you'll kill more just to stop. From, you know what I mean, from getting found out.
Yeah,
it's just insane, dog. Dude. Like it becomes a never. It's almost like, you know how they say you start from a little white lie, but then you have to lie to make that lie, and then you have to lie to make that lie. It's like it just gets worse and worse
until the big lie gets caught, and then now
you're exposed.
Which it took them 13 years to lethal inject this man.
Yeah.
It says 2003 was a trial.
And dog, dude,
and 2016 was his
2006 was his execution. That's one thing that me and my wife.
2016.
2006.
So 3 years. I think you said 16.
Yeah, no, 2006. And this is what me and my wife were talking about the other day, and I want to see what you think about this. Why does it take so long for people to be on the, like, when you get the death penalty, why is death row take so long?
Because of the appeals.
That's what I was curious about. That's why.
Yeah. I mean,
I assume that's what it was, because the appeal, last minute you get that call from the mayor.
And you're like, I didn't do it, you know. Your lawyer's going to keep fighting, you know.
I guess legally you have the right to keep appealing.
Right. You know, up to a certain point.
Right? Yeah. Because I was telling, you know, like with everything that's going on, like.
Because even to the minute of execution, you know, they're still watching this phone of what I've seen. You know,
they say just in case the mayor calls,
not the mayor, but
the president,
or
to pardon
the governor or whatever,
or the governor,
to pardon
stop
you
the execution,
or stop the execution, and because of, I mean, what is it? I think Kim Kardashian was on this committee or on this getting people off that were either on death row or even in jail, in prison, that were innocent. The innocence program or something. Yeah. Because I mean, there are innocent people that
get the death penalty. Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying.
I'm sure there's cases of it where it's like they really got maybe framed.
What is it? Not, I don't want to say framed. Maybe it's. You think it's this person, and you facial recognition, not facial, but you false recognition. You think it is him, and it's not. But it looks similar to the person who did it, and I can't remember what it was called, man. But like that one dude that I seen that was inaugurated because of a baseball game.
Oh, really?
Remember that one? Said that he had murdered somebody or something, man, and it just happened that he was at a baseball game, and they were shooting some type of commercial.
And he was in the commercial.
Oh,
damn!
It took years, but
that's crazy, dog.
You know, they're like, there's, you know, at the time when they shot this commercial during the game, and by the time he left the game, there's no physical way he could have been there to commit this murder. I don't remember what it's called, man, but
dog, that's crazy, and it's crazy that you say that, because like back earlier when I mentioned about that singer, and they say they found the body of that girl in the Tesla.
I remember reading that, but I don't know if anything else has happened.
So check this out. Since that has happened, he had to cancel his tour today, his shows. Okay. Because, dog, he's got to work with the police, because at this point, there's too many coincidences, It's crazy. Dog, I think he's cooked. So, I ain't gonna lie, he's cooked.
Is that an SVU episode that's gonna come out soon?
I don't know. He's cooked, dog. And let me tell you why. Because, okay, so she was reported missing, the daughter. The mom said, she had a boyfriend named David. Well, that's that guy's name, right?
Right.
So she was underage.
Right.
They met when she was like 13 or 12 from what I'm hearing.
Right.
And he's like 23 right now.
Oh, that is.
So he was even young. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter.
He was a little girl.
If she's under 17 and
I think she was 15.
Over 18, that's.
So check this out. They have matching tattoos on their fingers. Right?
Yeah.
So now they're doing research and they're digging up. Turns out he's got a song where he mentioned her name. Her name was Celeste. He says something like "Oh Celeste" or something in his lyrics. Now he's got a song called "Romantic Homicide" or something like that.
Oh shit! Don't tell me he wrote a song on that.
I don't know, dog. It came out not too long ago.
He knows that some of these rappers get
found out through
their music, man.
And not only that, they're digging up Discord videos and stuff when he was streaming, and they're seeing her in the background in his videos. Yeah, dog, he's cooked, dog. He's done.
Well,
but,
I mean, you never know how much money. Yeah,
you never know
how much money he got.
Look at Mr. Diddy.
I'm not saying it's about money. Yeah, yeah, we've talked about Diddy quite a bit, you know. But
you know what I'm saying?
He's not Diddy. And I don't know if he's got Diddy money.
Nah, hell no, I don't think so. I don't even think he's that popular like that.
So many people got Diddy money.
Some people didn't even know who David was until this happened on TikTok.
I didn't know it was until I read that. And I still don't know who he is. You know, I'm not the person to follow somebody, especially if they're investigating him. I may see what's going on, but I'm not going to follow this person. You know how they get thousands of followers.
Like overnight or something.
Yeah, like, what the freak are y'all doing? Giving so much exposure to this man or whoever.
Yes, dude. So
popularity for no reason.
Exactly. It's not looking good for him, dog. I'm going to keep it a buck.
Okay.
But I was like, man, I thought I'd bring that up because we're getting to a good stopping point, huh?
Yeah.
But I was like, man, let me see what you thought about that, dog. That's crazy.
I'll be looking forward for and I might have already seen an episode similar to that on SVU. SVU is my favorite, dog. I don't know why that and Criminal Minds, but as a fictional crime, I do like to watch, Dateline and stuff like that.
Right.
Part of my favorites, man. They call me Kenyon is, of course, dog.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
He might be cooked.
And I may, if it pops up on my feed, of course I'll watch it, see what happens,
Yeah, we'll be looking into it, and I'll probably give an update or something in a later episode if anything comes out of it, because I'm gonna keep following this story, dog. I want to see what comes out.
I won't follow it, but you let me know. But yeah, dude, we got so much stuff that we want to do here in the next.
Oh yeah, man, we have so many plans coming up, man.
We gotta. I really want to do that one video that I tell you, man.
Oh yeah.
She really wants to put her story out there, and I think she deserves it, man. And I think our platform, our podcast would be something that
would be perfect for her story to be told.
Yeah, because it's local, not local, but it's
the surrounding area. Yeah, exactly, man. If me and Unk don't want to spoil it, but we're in the works of getting a guest on our episode, on our podcast, with a story that'll just it's unbelievable.
You probably, if you're not from West Texas, you may have heard of it or may not have heard of it, but it's something that is insane.
It's insane. It's wild. And we're working on trying to put an episode together. We just wanted to do it justice.
Yeah, we want to do it justice. We don't want to do something so we want to make do.
Yeah, we don't want to rush
that one. There's a few that we want to get on. There's some guests that we want to bring.
Yeah, exactly.
We just want to make sure that we're at a position that we can like I said, do them justice.
Yeah, do them justice, exactly. And so we're working on that. We got so much in the works, man. Thank y'all for sticking with us, man, because we from week to week, it's been the support from y'all has been just amazing, man, and we can't thank y'all enough.
Our views are up, and I just wish that sometimes we get so. At work, I'm at work, man. I get with work, and then at home, I'm trying to rest, and I'm still trying to get this knee back to 100%. So I don't look into a lot of
the analytics and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. To see what some of these comments and what y'all want, because if y'all put it out there and there's a way we can talk about what y'all want to hear.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get it done. For sure.
We really want to make a trip to San Antonio, dog.
Yeah, we want to do a little bit of vlogging and go stay at a haunted hotel from like last week's episode. Yeah, we got a lot of plans, man. But man, I think we're at a good stopping point, man. Is there nothing else you got?
I'm good, man. Just thank y'all so much, for y'all's sponsorship for us, man. For being faithful.
Yeah, exactly.
We have so many people that are just constant,
messaging us. Like if we miss a week, they're like, "Hey, what happened, man?" So man, thank y'all so much for y'all support, man. I'm telling y'all don't understand how far that goes.
Yeah, without those comments like that, without those people coming up to us at Walmart, all subs anywhere. Hey, what happened last week? Hey, or dude, y'all are amazing. When we hear stuff like that, it just makes us know that hey, we are doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
And makes us want to do it more, even more.
Exactly.
For y'all,
So, man, thank y'all so much, and shout out to y'all. And other than that, man, I'm good. I don't got nothing else, man. Thank y'all for joining us tonight, man. We hope you enjoyed tonight's story. If there's anything I may have missed or anything, if you noticed, put it in the comments, man, and we'll get it corrected. Sometimes we go over our notes and we may leave something out. Right. Or, I know we don't do 100% perfect job the way I would like to. Every now and then I may make a mistake, like forget a name or something, but
stutter.
For real. But other than that, y'all, thank y'all for joining us for another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations with Uncle Nephew. Man, and until next week. Peace.